In a society fixated on beta followers and alpha men, something more potent lurks in the background. While others strive for social status and approval, true Sigma males function on a completely different frequency, as evidenced by their actions. Being a Sigma isn't about posting quotes or calling yourself one. It's not about trying to appear mysterious or unconcerned. The real signs appear in your natural behaviors, the ones you don't even think about. You can't fake these traits or practice them in front of the mirror. They're either part of your core programming or they're not, and if you have to try to display them, you're probably not who you believe yourself to be. The truth is that most people won't tell you that true Sigma males frequently don't even know they're Sigma males. They're too busy living their lives according to their own terms to give a damn about labels or social hierarchies. Let's examine 6 behaviors that demonstrate your genuine Sigma male traits that are so instinctive to them that they most likely were unaware they were warning indicators. Their actions speak loud enough that they never need to make an announcement. You may even see similar trends in yourself and at last comprehend why you've always felt different from the crowd, not because you're trying to be someone else, but because you're the best version of yourself and you create everything in quiet. Have you ever observed how some accomplishments seem more fulfilling when no one anticipated them? People's jaws drop when you unveil something you've been working on covertly for months. Because they were at a loss for ideas. The concept of front stage and backstage behavior was first presented by sociologist Goffman, who found that most people thrive on the front stage because it is where they are noticed and validated, but that true growth occurs backstage in solitude. Goffman also believed that those who thrive backstage are the ones who eventually dominate the front stage without even trying, which appropriately describes for some guys, the backstage area serves as more than just a haven. It's where they produce their greatest work, while others post updates about their journey on social media. Searching for approval and likes, Sigma men are too preoccupied with their job to discuss it. Consider your greatest successes, the abilities you've developed, the objectives you've attained, the life you've created. How many people were aware of these while they were happening? Probably not many, as you understand something instinctively, and discussing your moves detracts from their creation. This phenomena is explained by renowned influence psychology specialist Dr. Robert Chinney. You get a premature feeling of completion when you publicly commit to a task, which lowers your incentive to really do it. Because they know that silence maintains momentum, Sigma guys naturally keep their movements concealed. When you are building something, whether it be a business, a skill, or your own life, you are totally engrossed in the process. The idea of pausing to post updates or look for validation feels as natural as pausing a good movie every 5 minutes to share your thoughts with the world. This isn't about being enigmatic or secretive, it's about focus. Observe your approach to new tasks. No announcements, no updates on development on social media for medicine. This method provides you the valuable flexibility to try new things, fail, and change without outside pressure. There is no need to seek permission at every stage. You just decide what needs to be done, make your plan, and carry it out. The results speak for themselves. Since you understand that genuine power flows in silence and that true accomplishment requires effort, you are solely focused on the job at hand while others are manipulating their public image. No announcement. Second, your work's proof speaks louder than any words could. Your inner monologue is always present. Have you ever been in the midst of a discussion when your mind is always racing with ideas, analysis, and observations that never quite stop, even when you're meant to be in the present? Des characterizes this as perpetual internal processing, a characteristic that is especially noticeable in Sigma men, according to psychologist Dr. Kumar. Although others spend most of their time in the outside world, your mind is like a background program that is always operating throughout meetings, digesting events on many levels at once. Sigma men tend to be silent in gatherings because they are processing information at a level that others seldom ever do. They are not simply hearing words, they are making connections between previous talks, forecasting future consequences, and identifying inconsistent NCs. Get to this constant brain activity is your body's normal operating mechanism and is not an indication of overthinking. For Sigma males, this constant analysis becomes both their greatest strength and their daily challenge. It can be exhausting at times when others are relaxing because your mind is constantly spinning over ideas, replaying conversations, and looking for connections, meanings, and possibilities that others might miss. Tackling issues you haven't even faced yet, which is why Sigma guys often need extra time alone to absorb their never-ending flow of ideas. Sigma males naturally operate at this level of analysis because sometimes the loudest conversations happen in complete silence, and while others are busy reacting to life, your mind is quietly understanding it. Number 3. The fascinating thing about this internal dialogue is that it's not just random chatter. Rather, it's your mind's way of making sense of the world, creating connections, and seeing patterns that aren't obvious to others. You don't pursue people, yet there's something odd about the way you regard this kind of stuff. Occurs often in dating and at work, and Sigma guys naturally grasp it. Consider the last time someone played hard to get. It works in human interactions. When you start pursuing something or someone, you've already put them above you. According to Dr. Richards, the act of pursuing someone fundamentally alters the power dynamics in any relationship. Those who don't feel compelled to chase frequently maintain the most balanced connections. While others may have doubled their efforts, you felt your interest wane, not because you couldn't pursue them, but because the act of needing to chase feels unnatural to you. This explains why when others are vying for attention, Sigma guys usually find themselves in partnerships where respect for one another comes effortlessly. Events for professional networking, applications for social gatherings and dating, they pursue you because you're just being yourself, whereas other people are busy trying to get attention. This isn't about being aloof or cold. Rather, it's about realizing that relationships are real. Genuine respect and chances don't need when mutual interest and values coincide. Pursuits arise organically. What's most revealing is how this impacts your relationships. The people in your life are there because you really connect with them, not because you're always pursuing them. Since true value doesn't need to declare itself and genuine interactions don't begin with a chase. Number 4. You automatically attract acceptance via honesty while others spend all of their energy pursuing it. You also notice nuances that others. Why do you detect patterns that others miss or foresee issues before they happen? Why do you catch up on tiny clues that appear to go unnoticed by others? According to Dr. Rachel research, some people have heightened sensory gating, which means their brains filter out less information than the average person. This allows for a higher level of detail processing and pattern recognition, meaning Sigma males are naturally more attuned to sub-environmental cues. Neuroscience provides an intriguing explanation for why we call attention to detail. This also explains why you might be more sensitive to loud noises or chaotic situations than most people realize. Imagine your brain as a high-resolution camera compared to smartphone snapshots, where you can see people's micro-expressions, the way their words don't match their tone, and the SLE contradictions in their story. This isn't something you try to do, it's your brain's default setting. This increased consciousness goes beyond people. You see opportunities before others do, identify patterns before they become apparent, and predict outcomes that seem obvious to you but surprise everyone else. However, this gift has a price, and sometimes you wish you could turn it off and stop seeing the layers of meaning in every interaction, the hidden motives, the unspoken truths, but then you remember that this is what makes you who you are. A natural observer, a deep thinker, and a master of detail. As Albert Einstein once said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. For Sigma guys, curiosity is not only a quality, it is fundamental to who they are. Curiosity has its own purpose. It's not just about noticing more, it's about comprehending what others can't even notice in a world of noise. While others just glance at the surface, you delve deeply and unearth realities hiding in plain sight. Your mind, finely tuned to the minutiae, offers you an advantage that few can match. Your fifth power is clarity. You think you're best when you're by yourself. Why does your mind function differently in solitude? There's a psychological explanation for this. In a group setting, your brain uses roughly 30% of its processing capacity to handle social dynamics alone. All of that cognitive energy is then diverted to pure thought. Experts have shown that, in contrast to group thinking, which is the brain's default state, solitary thought stimulates distinct neuronal pathways. Because networks that foster profound insights and creative connections function best when alone, Sigma men instinctively seek solitude while making their most crucial choices. In actuality, introverts' brains digest information more thoroughly than extroverts, although extroverts, the brains of introverts, are more active in areas linked to internal processing and complicated problem solving, which translates to a natural predilection for solitary strategic thought. Minds light up with external stimuli. Your mind functions like a high-performance engine that requires the proper environment to operate at its best. Social pressure and noise from other people act as sand in the gears, but when you're by yourself, your thought process becomes crystal clear, allowing you to access deeper levels of creativity and analysis that aren't achievable in social situations. This explains why your best ideas frequently occur when you're driving alone, taking a shower, or taking a stroll in the outdoors. These aren't just random epiphanies. They're your brain functioning at its peak processing capacity, free from social cognitive load. In a world where everyone is obsessed with brainstorming and group thinking, your solitary genius isn't just different, it's essential. Number 6. You have no desire to be the center of attention, while others thrive on attention. For Sigma males, being in the spotlight isn't a goal, it's a diversion. You realize that being in the spotlight frequently entails superficial expectations and wasted energy, so you prefer to concentrate on what really matters, doing the work, remaining true to yourself, and maintaining your independence. According to American psychologist Daniel Goldman, people who avoid the limelight frequently have a strong sense of self. They don't require approval from others to feel fulfilled, and their confidence comes from within. For this reason, Sigma males don't want attention or approval because their sense of value isn't dependent on other people's perceptions of them, and they don't feel the need for constant reassurance. This mindset can completely change the energy around you when others struggle for attention. Your ability to remain calm and detached naturally attracts attention, but for you, that attention is just a byproduct, not the goal. You may not speak the most in groups, but you're frequently the person people turn to for clarity or direction. Your quiet presence commands respect because your actions and insights consistently prove your worth. If this video spoke to you, think about subscribing to our channel for more stuff about Sigma males and related subjects. You don't need the limelight since your influence is felt whether or not you're in it. Please remember to use the like button and share your ideas in the comments section below. I appreciate you watching, and as always, keep going strong and keep improving.